Small farm in Quebec is offering help for Ukrainian refugees. Located just outside of Montreal, the Quinn family farm is offering jobs and other supports to help Ukrainians who are arriving in Canada find their footing. The farm's owner, Stephanie Quinn, is joining us. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
What made you decide to offer up your farm for help?
Well, it started really when the war broke out. It was sort of a daily struggle to keep my husband from jumping on a plane and going over to help. And so we started with a fundraiser on our farm. We took a weekend where 50% of our sales went as a fundraiser to help some of the causes over there. And afterwards, we still felt like, what else can we do? We just didn't feel like we were doing enough. So as a family, we decided we wanted to host in our home a family that would be coming over, and we've been working on that. And as part of that process, we've reached out to different communities and through different Facebook groups and connecting with people who are helping Ukrainians come. And so some people reached out and said, we live right next door, and my dad has arrived here from Ukraine. He doesn't speak any French or English, but he's really looking for work. So we realized that we maybe had another opportunity where we could try to find positions in our business that didn't necessarily require a lot of French or English, where we could help offer them some employment.
You have someone who's employed at the farm right now. What can you tell us about Yaroslav?
Yeah, Yaroslav, it's been great. So it's about a week now that he started. He originally worked on a farm in Ukraine, which is so valuable for us because our farm is fairly close to the city and it's hard to find employees that have that kind of experience. So he has, he's been cutting grass, he's been working on a tractor, he's been doing a few different things. Today they're planting strawberries and he's going to help us do that. It's definitely a bit of a challenge because we don't speak Ukrainian and he doesn't speak French or English, but we're working with different apps to translate stuff. We sometimes involve his daughter who was already living here, and she helps translate some things that are a little more tricky, or helps him fill in, his employment forms and those kinds of things. But otherwise, it's working really well.
What have you learned about his story in coming from Ukraine?
So Yaroslav was out of the country when the war broke out. He was visiting one of his other daughters and then wasn't able to return home. So decided to come over here and stay with his second daughter. It's very difficult. They so want to return to their country, but now that they're stuck here, he needs some employment. He just really wants to feel useful, like he's contributing and having, something to do every day as somebody who's worked so hard his whole life. And it's just a real pleasure to have him here.
You're hoping overall to offer employment to 4 refugees coming from Ukraine. You've also helped to find host families for others, and that has sparked a conversation about starting a potential childcare service. How would that work?
Yeah, so one of the struggles we find that people are having is that in order to find employment, they need childcare. And, even as Canadians, we often have to put our name on a waiting list, and it's hard to find childcare. And a lot of the families coming are mums all by themselves because a lot of the men cannot leave Ukraine presently. And so they're single mums with, a few children. So it's very difficult for them to find employment when they get here. They're struggling financially because they've spent, 6 or 7 weeks waiting in Poland or other countries, and their bank accounts have been depleted. So we realized that the employees that we were hiring, some women that are going to work in our bakery, needed childcare, that there must be other women out there that also are in the same position. So we're trying to currently hire someone who can, watch some children, and we're reaching out to other Ukrainians who've landed in our area who are looking for that opportunity so that they can start to get a job.
Stephanie Quinn, great to meet you this morning. Thanks for sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.